Remember the cute Care Bears? But do you recall the sinister spirit book? Now, this wasn't your average storybook. No, this was a book that held a dark and powerful spirit, a chilling antagonist to our cuddly friends. In the world of Care Bears, where everything is supposed to be heartwarming and cheerful, the spirit book was a stark contrast. This eerie entity, lurking within the pages of an innocent-looking book, was a constant threat, biding its time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The spirit book was terrifying, not just because of its supernatural powers, but also because it was so unexpected. Here were these lovable, caring bears living in a world of rainbows and sunshine, facing off against a malevolent force that seemed to belong in a different movie entirely. The confrontation between the Care Bears and the spirit book was a clash of light against dark, good against evil. It was a reminder that even in the most cheerful of settings, danger can lurk just around the corner. Quite an unexpected fright in a movie about fluffy, caring bears, don't you think? Next, we delve into the world of the Dark Crystal, specifically the gaunt and terrifying Skeksis. These creatures, giant puppets with an unsettling appearance, left an indelible mark on the minds of young viewers. Their sunken eyes, hunched backs, and sharp, crooked beaks made them look like vultures waiting to pick at the remains of the helpless. But their appearance was only half the horror. The Skeksis were not merely content with inducing terror through their looks. They had a more sinister agenda. They sucked the life essence out of innocent podlings, the gentle, humble creatures of the dark crystal world. The Skeksis, in their relentless pursuit of immortality, would drain the life energy from these podlings, leaving them as lifeless husks. Such dark themes were indeed a departure from the usual cheerful narratives of children's movies. The Dark Crystal presented a world where the villains were not just bad, they were terrifying, their actions reprehensible. It wasn't merely a fight between good and evil, it was a battle for survival. The Skeksis were truly the stuff of nightmares, weren't they? Let's move on to the next character on our list, but remember, the nightmares are far from over. Annie, a heartwarming tale, but do you remember Rooster, with his strange grin and menacing moustache? Yes, this unforgettable character was brought to life by none other than the incredibly talented Tim Curry. Despite the film's overall cheerful vibe, Curry's portrayal of Rooster added an unexpected and somewhat chilling twist. Rooster was a crook, a con man with a heart as black as coal. His scheming ways and conniving character were a stark contrast to the innocence and hope embodied by little orphan Annie. His strange grin, that menacing moustache, and his unsavory demeanor all combined to create a character that was more than a little unsettling. In fact, Rooster served as a reminder that not all adults have the best intentions when it comes to children. His character added a layer of realism to the film, a nod to the darker aspects of life that exist even in the most hopeful of stories. And let's not forget his interactions with Miss Hannigan, played by Carol Burnett. Their dynamic was filled with deception, manipulation, and a touch of dark humor. Together they brought a sinister edge to a film that was otherwise filled with song, dance, and optimism. Rooster certainly added a touch of the sinister to this otherwise uplifting tale. E.T. and Elliot's illness and the subsequent hospital scene, hard to forget, isn't it? This scene from the beloved E.T. the Extraterrestrial took a sharp turn into the realm of the unnerving. The movie, which up until then had been a fantastical and heartwarming story of friendship between a boy and an alien, suddenly introduced a sense of dread and anxiety. The strange men in uniforms, the clinical coldness of the hospital equipment, the vulnerability of our protagonists, all these elements came together to create a scene that was both surreal and nightmarish. The fact that E.T. and Elliot, characters we had come to love and root for, were now in danger, added an extra layer of fear. And it wasn't just the physical danger, but the emotional distress of seeing their bond threatened that made this scene so impactful. This scene was a stark contrast to the rest of the movie, making it all the more chilling. The Goonies, a thrilling adventure, but Mama Fratelli's torture scene was more than just a little scary. This iconic 80s movie takes a dark turn when the Fratellis, a family of criminals, capture Chunk, one of the Goonies. The scene that unfolds is enough to leave anyone on edge. Mama Fratelli, the matriarch of this law-breaking clan, employs a chilling method of intimidation. She threatens to pulp Chunk's fingers in a blender, creating a stark contrast to the otherwise adventurous tone of the film. The scene is a masterclass in tension building, as the jovial and often comical Chunk is put in a genuinely horrifying situation. The threat of violence is palpable, and the callousness of Mama Fratelli is truly frightening. Despite being a children's movie, this scene doesn't shy away from the sinister, instilling a sense of dread that is hard to shake. The Goonies may be remembered as a fun-filled journey of friendship and discovery, but for many, the memory of Mama Fratelli and her blender looms large. It's a testament to the film's ability to balance light-hearted adventure with moments of real terror. Mama Fratelli and her blender made for a truly terrifying moment, don't you agree? Those were just a few of the traumatizing moments from 80s kids' movies. Let's continue down this eerie memory lane. At number 15, we have the depiction of hell in All Dogs Go to Heaven. A stark contrast to the film's bright, upbeat title, Large Marge's story in Pee-wee's Big Adventure takes the 14th spot with her nightmare-inducing face transformation. Then at number 13, we have Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the villainous Judge Doom, demonstrating the power of the dip, resulting in the terrifying demise of a cartoon shoe. So very sad. Rest in peace, little shoe. Brave little toaster holds the 12th spot, with its firefighting clown triggering coulrophobia in young viewers. Return to Oz takes number 11, with its wheelers creating an atmosphere of terror and unease. For starters, the film sees Dorothy almost given electroshock therapy to cure her visions of Oz. But scariest of all are the wheelers, horrifying creatures that are bent over on all fours and who zoom from place to place thanks to the wheels they have instead of feet and hands. The Smoos in My Little Pony, the movie, seals the 10th spot with its all-consuming nature. At 9th place, we have Something Wicked This Way Comes with a bedroom full of spiders. The hallucination sequences in Young Sherlock Holmes occupy the 8th spot, while the owl in The Secret of Nim takes number 7. The heartbreaking scene of Artax drowning in The Never-Ending Story is at number 6. I think all of us growing up in the 80s must have had PTSD by this point, am I right? The 5th spot is occupied by The Watcher in the Woods with its overall eerie ambience. In fact, critics and audiences were so creeped out by The Watcher in the Woods on release in 1980 that Disney took the unprecedented step of pulling it from cinemas after its first week and re-releasing it in 1981 in a re-edited version with newly shot footage. And in this case, there's so much inherent creepiness to the whole movie that it's hard to pinpoint any one moment as the most disturbing. Number 4 goes to The Horned King and his skeleton army in The Black Cauldron. Looks like you're looking at an animated devil directly in hell. The Goblins, kidnapping Toby in Labyrinth, take the 3rd place. The 2nd spot goes to the post-credits scene in Masters of the Universe, leaving us with a chilling cliffhanger. In this instance, Skeletor, presumed dead after plummeting down a massive pit in his final battle with He-Man, pops up from a pool of ominous pink liquid, stares directly into camera and roars, "I'll be back!" This moment was enough to scare the pants off any youngster who forgot to hit rewind on their VHS tape once the end credits started. And finally, the number 1 traumatizing moment from an 80s kids movie is Optimus Prime's death in The Transformers the movie. And it's gruesome. At the time, this is a truly shocking spectacle, and it feels more distasteful when you learn that Optimus and all the other classic Transformers were killed off by Hasbro to promote the new characters and boost their toy sales. Were you trauma-induced by any of these moments? I was. These scenes have left an indelible mark on our childhood memories, reminding us that kids' films are not always full of sunshine and rainbows. They shook us, they scared us, and they defy the stereotypical expectations from children's films. They showed us that even in the world of fantasies and dreams, there can be nightmares. What's your scariest movie moment from your childhood? Which movies are pure nightmare fuel for you? Share in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more spooky countdowns. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this trip down the terrifying memory lane. Until next time, have a scary day.